It's been a little over 2 weeks since Donald Trump launched a comprehensive tariff war on the world. Much has changed in that period, and it allows us to glimpse the basic outlines of an emergent global order. Trump proclaimed Liberation Day on April 2nd with great confidence, a general 10% across-the-board tariff, along with reciprocal ones that were calibrated for the most part to countries' trade, not services, but its trade surplus with the United States. The core rationale was the hope for import substitution reindustrialization. Undoubtedly, a hidden factor was effective taxation, enabling massive tax cuts for wealthy Americans and thereby compensating for the losses to the budget from these the absence of these taxes. Well, stocks plummeted throughout the world. Then a massive bond market meltdown and a threat of global financial crisis. Treasury bond prices fell as yields increased, and there was a sell-off of U.S. stocks and the dollar. All of this compelled Trump to declare a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariffs, except notably for China. Even here, however, he rescinded the tariffs on electronics, and these steps did calm global markets, not least in the United States. Most countries indicated a willingness to negotiate with Trump. This has actually even been true of the European Union, the largest trading bloc in the world, notwithstanding their brave words. However, nevertheless, world trade is going into reverse along with global GDP growth, and most telling, U.S.-China conflict is intensifying with a series of tit-for-tat tariffs. China refuses to back down, and here is where global power relations come into play. While China relies heavily on exporting to the United States, in fact, the dependence is mutual. Tariffs are unlikely in themselves to jumpstart reindustrialization in the United States, which was by no means simply a result of China's exports. Indeed, 56% of U.S. imports are inputs into U.S. production, and so tariffs on China will fuel inflation. At the same time, China controls the lion's share of rare earth minerals. United States agriculture is heavily dependent on exports to China. Interestingly, China is now halting delivery of Boeing aircraft, which precipitates a real crisis for a company that's already in very serious trouble. Trump has imposed export controls on NVIDIA, but these are devastating to the company, leading to a very sharp decline in their stock price. So, faced with all these developments, interestingly, Trump has in fact hinted at concessions to China. This is not going to bring the trade war to an end, but it is going to slow it down, and it certainly illustrates both the rise of multilateralism globally, and also really highlights the limitations on American power.